Have you ever wondered why penguins always stand in a huddle? Well, they huddle during extremely cold weather to prevent themselves from freezing to death. Standing in tightly packed groups helps them conserve heat and protect themselves from intense winds. Can you imagine standing in tightly packed groups in hot weather? Not at all. I bet if it was scorching hot in Antarctica, these penguins would disperse away from each other to get some cool air. Let's see how this relates to the different states of matter. If you take a block of ice out of the freezer and keep it in a room, its temperature will rise to the room's temperature. With heat being added, the tightly packed molecules will gain more energy and begin to space out, that is, form a looser arrangement as seen in liquids. This process of a solid becoming liquid is called melting. The temperature at which this change of state occurs is called melting point. Eating ice cream on a bright sunny day is a perfect example of this. Now, if this liquid is heated further, its molecules, which are already loosely packed, will begin to space out even further and eventually resemble the arrangement seen in gases. The process of converting a liquid to gas is known as boiling. The temperature at which this change of state occurs is called boiling point. We boil water to purify it, as most of the bacteria in water die by the time water reaches its boiling point. What happens when temperature change happens the other way around? Let's see. When a gas is cooled down, the molecules containing heat energy slow down and arrange themselves closely in a loose formation like a liquid. The process of a gas becoming liquid is known as condensation. The temperature at which this change of state occurs is called condensation point. A few seconds after you pull a cold drink out from the freezer, you will notice water droplets on its sides. These droplets form due to the water vapor in the air. When water vapor droplets touch the cold surface of the bottle, they condense on it. If we cool the liquid further, its molecules huddle together in a closely packed manner, just like penguins do. The process of liquid turning into solid is called freezing. The temperature at which this happens is known as freezing point. Dry ice is used to produce smoke effects in scary movies. Dry ice is basically frozen carbon dioxide, which is extremely cold. When exposed to air, it converts directly to gas from its solid state. But it should only be handled by experts. This process by which solids convert directly to gas without first becoming liquid is called sublimation. One may also add pressure and compress the molecules of a gas into a tighter arrangement to store it in its liquid form. This method is known as pressurization, and LPG, that is liquefied petroleum gas, is a good example of a gas that is pressurized to store in its liquid form. In a nutshell, heating, cooling and pressurizing all cause matter to change from one state to another.